How's it going, guys? Welcome back to RK9 Rides. Today I'm with the Turboant M10 Lite. This is a entry-level scooter, normally $400. It's actually $100 off for Black Friday right now. So you're looking at a $300 scooter. So this promises to be a really good deal for your money if you're looking for a first electric scooter. So let's crack it open and see what we get in the box. So right when you crack it open, everything looks really neat. It's really nice to open up a box like this and see that everything's been packed neatly and not crappy, you know, not just thrown in there. So let's get this packaging out and take a look at the scooter. So the three things you need to put together out of the box with the scooter are install the handlebars, install the rear fender, and then you do need to install the stem latch properly. It's got the bolts here. You just need to slide this pin out and install it right here so that you can properly lock the scooter upright. So I'm going to do that right now. There we go, locked and loaded. It also comes with a plastic little safety clip here. And then I think we should be ready to go. Yep, there we go, and it's on. Okay, so at this price, the cockpit is pretty simple, but I just wanted to run through everything you get real quick. So going right to left, you get some pretty standard slide-on grips. This is one place that's really easy to customize your ride if you want to look to upgrade it immediately. If this is your first scooter, you've got some grips that you like, really easy to slide these off and slide some new ones on. I would suggest doing that if you're going to use this for a long time. Next, you've got your pretty standard thumb throttle. It looks like it's kind of shorter travel than you normally get. Sometimes you get ones that go all the way under the bars. The nice part is that there is a little screw on these thumb throttles that you can adjust so that you can decide where the movement starts and where it ends. I already showed you guys the center display. Looks like it's 2 riding modes. It comes 3 out of 5 battery bars out of the box. So you've got a little bit of charge if you want to take it for a quick ride, but I would suggest charging it up to full before you immediately jump in and ride it, unless you absolutely can't wait. So you get a single brake lever up front, you get the mechanical cable-driven disc brake in the back, and then in the front you're going to get a little bit of electronic braking, or at least that's how it usually goes. When I jump on it and ride it, I'll let you know how it feels and how aggressive it is. And then this is a front motor, single motor scooter. I usually prefer to see the motor in the back because it helps a little bit with hill climbing, but generally that's where these scooters are going to struggle a bit, is with the hill climb. And then you've got a decent sized riding platform. It's a little bit on the small side. It looks like I will be able to find, oh yeah, you still should be able to find a decent riding position even if you have larger feet like me. I'm doing a quick folding test as well real quick to see how portable it is. So you got your safety latch here, that pops out easily, folds down. You got a pretty standard deck latch situation here. That grabs on the fender, and then, oh yeah, that's really light actually. That's easily under 30 pounds. If not under 30, then very close. Yeah, so this is a really good option if you really need something portable and you don't necessarily need a ton of speed or something like that. Overall, it feels like a solid scooter. Again, I'll talk about it a little bit more when I jump on the scooter, so let's do that right now. Okay, we are out for the first ride now, and there's actually a lot to like about this so far. First off, it feels really solid. The stem lock isn't loose at all. The stem doesn't wiggle. And the handlebars are actually at a really decent height. They're not as tall as some other entry-level models I've ridden, but they're not as low as the majority of entry-level models, which actually makes this a really decent option for adults. That seems to be kind of the limiting factor with some of these. If you're a taller rider like me, I'm 6'1". The other thing is that there doesn't seem to be any glaring mechanical issues. There's no sticky throttle. There's no issues with the brakes. The brakes feel totally fine. And there's no sounds or creaks, and there's just a general solid feeling to the scooter, which is a really good sign. So an annoying thing that this has that most scooters at this price have is the cruise control beep, and also the tendency to kick in the cruise control too soon. So if I hold down the throttle, if it maintains the same speed for even just a couple seconds, it'll beep right there. And now the cruise control has kicked in. It would be nice if there was an option to turn it off, but there's not, and it's just kind of something you have to live with. You just need to be aware of it if you're a first-time rider and understand that letting go of the throttle isn't necessarily going to slow the scooter down. The cruise control might have kicked in already. The pneumatic tires actually feel pretty decent. It's nice to have pneumatic tires on an entry-level scooter like this with no suspension, but obviously you're risking flats, and typically these scooters aren't designed to be easily fixed, and so that's something that's kind of a trade-off you have to make. Either get an entry-level scooter with solid tires but worse ride comfort, or something with pneumatic tires like this but with no easy way to patch a tube or really get the tire off of the rim at all. It really takes a lot of effort to change flats on scooters like this. So it has a listed top speed of 15.5 miles an hour. I actually have seen the speedometer get up to 16. GPS wise, it's usually about a mile an hour slower, but for all intents and purposes, it's a 15 mile an hour scooter, and that's just what you expect at the price. When it comes to acceleration and braking and top speed, most of these are going to be competent, most of these entry-level scooters. However, where the difference is in build quality and just overall abuse proofness, whatever the term is. This one actually feels like this is a scooter that's going to hold up to daily use and daily abuse, with, again, my only hesitation being the pneumatic tires. Like I said before, it has one other riding mode, so let's give that one a try. Okay, acceleration is significantly lower, and I'm going to guess it has a top speed limitation of probably like 10 or 11 miles an hour, 9. Before cruise control kicks in. So 9 miles an hour, this is a good option if maybe a younger rider is learning to ride or something along those lines, but most of the time you're going to be running it in sport mode, and thus you can kind of predict that the range on it is going to be half of the claimed range on their website. So I'll put that claimed range number up right now. Half of that is pretty typical for just scooters in general, because it's typically quoting the range in the lowest riding mode in ideal conditions. So if you're heavier than the ideal conditions, or you're riding faster than the ideal conditions, then you're going to get less range. And yeah, I won't bore you anymore with more details, because honestly, it's just a solid scooter. You get what you pay for, and at $300, I think this is a genuinely decent option. And if you're considering this model in particular, I just don't think there's any reason to overthink it. It's a solid scooter that's going to do exactly what you want it to do, and in all honesty, anything at this price is not going to be anything more than kind of a toe dip into the world of scooters. Most adults are going to get this scooter, they're going to ride around, and they're going to say, okay, I'd like something faster, I'd like something a little bit nicer. If this is for a kid, I can't imagine any kid on earth is going to be disappointed with this scooter. 15 miles an hour, solid build, and a really sleek black and red design. There's nothing complicated going on here, and that's a good thing. Again, it's $300 for Black Friday. You can check out the link down below. Thanks for riding along with me. This has been Mitchell with RK9 Rides, and I'll see you in the next one.